Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today we have something a little bit different. I think most of you have probably followed me for my Hasselblad content. Obviously that is not going away anytime soon. I love that camera, but got something a little bit different today. So today's video is all about this little guy. This is the ChuZhao camera. It just is the digital camera. There's no specific name that I'm aware of, but I saw this advertised on Instagram actually. And this was the definition of an impulse buy. I saw it, it looked kind of like an old Rolleiflex camera. I thought the design was really cool. It looks really small and compact. So I went to the website and normally this retails for $200 US right now, but at the time that I purchased it, and actually just now, I just checked, they still have a 40% off. So this was $120 for me. They included a 16 gig card, so that's great. But yeah, this, like I said, there was no thought behind this. It was just, that looks cool. Cool, $120, done, sold. So I got this thing, but other than seeing the advertisements on Instagram, I don't know anything about this. I've never seen anyone else talk about it. I'm sure there are videos, I haven't seen them. So I wanted to do an unboxing of this today and kind of give you my general impressions and first thoughts of this little camera. So quick kind of spec rundown. So this is a 12 megapixel camera. It can shoot video up to 1080p. So obviously you're not really going to be using this for any serious photography, and if you're professional, you're not going to use this. But again, for $120, this just seemed like a fun camera. I can totally see if I'm out doing something with friends, right? Having this in my pocket or in my bag and having a good time with it. So yeah, I wanted just to kind of grab this and then check this out. A couple other specs. So it's got a 1/4 inch image sensor, CMOS sensor. Basically it's auto everything. So it's auto exposure, auto white balance. It looks like it only supports JPEG. I'll check that out in the settings if there are settings. I don't really know how the camera works, but I'll check that out later. But yeah, they say JPEG supported. So it doesn't look like it shoots in any kind of RAW format. It's a 240 by 250 pixel resolution for the LCD screen on it. It's a USB-C type recharging. Charge time takes about 2 to 3 hours. It's a lithium battery. It doesn't say exactly how big the battery is. But yeah, I mean, you can tell already, with packaging and everything, this is a small, very compact package. But yeah, I'm excited just to kind of jump into this and see what this has. So yeah, let's unbox this. Got our Raptor Claw, obviously overkill for this, but also, let me just say too, this was all that was in the package. There was nothing else in the package. There was a discount card. So if you want to order something else from their shop, it's a little coupon code with 25% off anything in their shop. But otherwise, just the coupon code. And then this was all that was in the package. So you're not getting anything else. Let's see, this opens this way. Ooh, cool. This is tiny, tiny. Okay, this is really small. Cool, okay, so we've got the camera itself here, and then just a little accessory box, I assume is the charger. That's what it looks like on here. So this is so cute. Oh, that's really cute. All right, honestly, this is way smaller than I was expecting the camera to be. I really thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger. This is cool. It's got little crank on the side. I don't know what that does yet, but it's there. Looks like you've got little lanyard loops on the side here. I'll do some close-ups so everyone can see things, because this is small. This is really compact. If you want to talk about a really easy EDC camera, this could be it. It's a fun form factor. It looks really neat. I have no idea what the images look like yet, but this is kind of cool. I could easily fit this in my pocket. But okay, so we've got the camera itself. Great. Let's see. We've got our accessories box. It's a vintage camera, ChuZhao, is what that says there. Also, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing ChuZhao, I'm not sure. It's a create first camera for young people. So yeah, kind of as I expected, this is definitely marketed more towards enthusiasts, as a fun camera. Again, could be someone's first camera that they really start shooting with kind of this retro inspired look. I think even if you just like the older styles of cameras, I mean, this camera came out in 2025 and it looks like this. That's neat. I like that brands are kind of doing those kind of retro throwbacks, because some of the design back then was really cool, and I'm sad we lost some of that. So think like this. Fujifilm is another brand that is doing that. There are others. Leica has kind of basically look the same forever, but this is neat. So in here we have, what do we have in here? Cool, we've got a lanyard strap and our USB-C, it's a USB-A to USB-C charger. So that's what we've got in the box here. No charging brick, so obviously you need to plug this into like a computer or, you know, one of your many iPhone charger bricks that you have, I'm sure. But anyway, so cable. On the lanyard, it also says, first camera for young people. Yep, you can kind of see there, hopefully. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. First camera for young people. So, I don't want to necessarily say that this is like just a toy, because I think that kind of, I don't know, has a negative connotation, but this is certainly marketed as, again, kind of just a fun thing, not necessarily something that is intended for like serious art photography work. But again, maybe you can use it for that. I mean, I forget who said it, but the best camera is the one that you have on you, right? In terms of image quality, anyone's phone is gonna blow this out of the water, but for $120, this could still be really cool. And again, especially like I said, younger people, sure, that are enthusiasts, or just anyone of any age that's an enthusiast about photography that maybe is curious and wants to get into it, and that can shoot on something that's kind of fun, but doesn't want to drop thousands of dollars on like a DSLR or something. Really, I mean, that's it. That's the box. We've got just the holder, the plastic holder here, and a little instruction manual. That is in Japanese. Oh, there is, okay, that is in English. Okay, great. So Japanese on the back, English on the front. But yeah, so basic instruction manual. Turn on the power, hold the camera, adjust the composition according to your preferences. The camera will automatically focus when taking a photo. Once the photo is taken, it will be saved to the storage card. Done. Pretty simple, not too much to it, not a lot in the box, which is fine, doesn't have to be. So it looks like on the base here of the camera, you've got your USB charging port as well as the memory card slot. So this is a micro USB. Again, when I purchased this came with this card already pre-installed. This is a 16 gigabyte card. Obviously you can easily swap this out for a larger card if you so desire. This is very clearly not weatherproofed in any way, nor is it, I think, intended to be. But yeah, with this being just completely open, I would just say be careful with this camera if you are using this in any kind of wet conditions or throwing it into a bag if you have like a water bottle or something in there. Yeah, could get damaged, but just a quick caution there. Let's see, it looks like you just pop this up. Oh yeah, okay, cool, great. So yeah, so that kind of pops up again, old style, so just the things there. Can you, how do I close this? Okay, so yeah, so to close, you just kind of pinch on the sides and fold that back down. Pretty simple, just kind of a plastic latch for the lock on there. Pop that back up. So there's no two-step on the shutter at all. So there's no, I don't believe that there's like a focus, like, you know, half press and then take the shot. I think it's just, it'll automatically try to focus. You just take the shot. So compositionally, this could be interesting just in terms of, I don't know what like the aperture range is on this, but if you're trying to go for kind of like an off-center focus point, I don't know that it'll really do that. Maybe it might. I need to play around with it more. So there is another button here on the side. I don't know what that does. Yeah, I'm gonna get this charged up and start playing around with it, and I'll let you know my thoughts. But initial impressions, I mean, it's really cute. It's a fun form factor. I think it'll be fun just to play around with and have, again, just to, you know, I guess document some things, or if you're going out with friends, you know, kind of fun to maybe like whip out at like a party or something like that. But yeah, going to go charge this and play around with it for a bit. Okay, so I've messed around with the ChuZhao camera a little bit. I took it to a local park and just kind of got some shots. I'll show those in a little bit here. So what are my thoughts of this camera? Well, for a $120 camera, I obviously wasn't expecting much, and I'm very aware that in terms of image quality, resolution, all that stuff, I'm very spoiled with my Hasselblad gear. So, you know, no kidding that this was not going to come even close to that. However, to get an idea, I think, of what I had in mind or what I maybe was expecting from this camera, I went back actually to take a look at the website. And interestingly enough, the other day when I first started recording this video, it was still discounted at $120. And as of now, recording this part of the video, which is a couple days later, it's now discounted to just $99. So I feel like they're trying to get rid of these. But on the website, it says, in terms of like some of the reviews, always love vintage cameras, and this TLR exceeds my expectations. Manual controls feel authentic. I have no idea what manual controls they're talking about. There are no manual control. There's like a shutter button and that's it. I don't know what they were talking about with manual controls. Let's see what else. I bought this as a gift from my dad, who used a TLR back in the day. He was blown away with how it remains the classic charm while offering modern features. All right, modern features is a bit of a stretch, sure. Yeah, it's digital versus film. Maybe that's what they meant by modern features. So this one is interesting from the website. Analog elegance in digital. The ChuZhao camera maintains its timeless aesthetic while producing high-quality, vintage-inspired photos and video, seamlessly merging classic design with modern digital precision. If you couldn't tell by the tone of my voice, I'm trying to figure out a way to be nice about this. This is bad. I wanted to like this. I did. I was really interested in it. I thought that the form factor was really cute and cool. And again, a classic style of camera. When I got it, when I opened it the other day, it was smaller than I expected, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I was like, oh, okay, you know, interesting. Yeah, let's show you some of the photos that I got. So one of the interesting things about this camera and how it shoots photos is it is desperately trying to hold on to details in shadows. And because of that, pretty much any highlights are blown out. I mean, there is nothing in the highlights to recover. None of these photos are edited because primarily I brought all of them over into Lightroom to try to edit, and there just was nothing to be done with them. Obviously, again, the camera only captures in JPEG, not RAW, which is, you know, fine, that's to be expected. You can still edit JPEG photos just fine, of course. But man, I just like even trying to mess with these a little bit in Lightroom, there was really nothing redeeming about these photos that I could, I think, salvage. Because the autofocus in it is, again, there's no half press to the shutter to try to lock in a focus point. It missed focus more times than not. In particular for this photo, I really wanted to capture the bee that was closer to the lens, and it caught the stuff that was kind of behind it, which, okay, I can give it a pass for, since obviously the bee was off center. So, you know, trying to do that, I don't know that I would necessarily know that. But this other photo here, I wanted to capture these flowers, which are dead center, and for some reason it's still focused on the stuff behind it. I don't know if this was just a limitation to like the focal distance that it's able to do that I wasn't really aware of, but in either case, it seemed to focus on things that I wasn't really intending on it focusing. Now, confusingly, if you're focusing to infinity, like in this photo here, this just feels really soft, like almost like nothing's in focus. And again, this is easily 50 feet away from me. So this should have been just focused to infinity with kind of everything in focus. This was a bright sunny day, so I don't really know what kind of aperture control this thing has, but obviously, you know, stopping down for the aperture to that everything would be in focus. And this is just a really soft, fuzzy photo. Again, I wasn't expecting much from the megapixel count, but yeah, just even trying to focus to infinity just didn't really seem to get anything actually in focus. Now again, if you go to the website, it says it has 582 reviews, 5 stars. Maybe I'm not the target audience, which I'm totally okay accepting. Maybe I am not the person that this camera is intended for. Earlier when I was opening up, I hesitated to call it a toy camera because, again, from reading the website, I thought this was going to be something more, you know, kind of a fun camera, certainly, but something that you could actually possibly use to get some compelling images from. I don't know how that's possible with this one. I just was really unimpressed with the image quality. Honestly, I think that if you're looking for a fun camera that is not necessarily a workhorse, and you know, not that this was intended to be that, but if you want just a fun camera to go and capture moments with your friends, honestly look at something like the Fujifilm Instax Evos. Those right now at Target are going for like $199. So granted, technically double the price of this, but you know, going from $100 to $200. You can print the images, you know, on the instant film, which I think is always great. Every time that I've taken my Leica Sofort 2, which is basically, it's the same camera. It's the same camera, just more expensive because it has the Leica brand on it. But every time that I've taken that camera out and printed photos for my friends, if we're out doing stuff, they seem to really like it. It's kind of a fun souvenir. It's you know, a memory of the day. So if you want something fun, those cameras are out there. This, I'm sorry to say, just isn't it. Again, if you know someone that just goes crazy for TLR style cameras, again, I like the design of it. Like, it is a cool package, right? But I think for $100, this is going to sit on someone's shelf, and and be a novelty and not really get used. Honestly, am I going to return this? No, it's not really worth it, and I probably am over the return policy anyway, but this is really not going to get used anymore. So unfortunately, this will probably just wind up sitting on a shelf somewhere in my house and be mostly just decoration. I got this as an impulse buy because I was seeing ads for this everywhere on Instagram. I talked with a couple of friends, they were seeing it all over the place also. So again, I figured for $120 when I got it, why not? Sure, just we'll check it out. Again, the price now, as of recording this, has been reduced further to $99. So I think that they're having maybe some trouble getting rid of these the way that they thought they were going to. And again, I wanted to like this camera. I thought that it was going to be, again, a fun way to maybe capture some moments that I didn't need a big, you know, SLR or mirrorless camera to do. And I think that fun cameras like that absolutely have their place, right? Not everything needs to be 100 megapixels. I'm very aware of that. But even despite wanting to like this camera a lot, I just didn't. I just think that it needs more to it to really be something that is appealing to a wider audience of people that actually care about photography and not just kind of using this as like a toy. As I said before, if you're looking for a fun camera, get something like the Fujifilm Instax or like a SO4 II if you want to spend a little bit more money. But again, at $200, just get the Fujifilm, really. You know, I've got the Leica SO4 II, which is again the same camera as the Fujifilm. You're just paying more for the Leica brand, and the colors are a little bit different. I have seen a comparison between the two cameras, so they are slightly different, but like the design of them in terms of the functionality, they're all the same. Get the Fujifilm, get the Leica, whatever you want to spend the money on. But if you're looking for a fun camera, these are fantastic. These are easy to throw in your well, I don't want to say pocket, they're maybe a little bit big for that, but easy to throw in a bag. And even at this, I mean, this is kind of awkward to fit in your pocket just because of the shape of it, right? So if you want something fun to go and hang out with friends with, I can't really recommend the ChuZhao, which is too bad because again, cool idea, wanted to like it, just didn't. So hope that you found this interesting or helpful or informative in some way. I haven't really seen anyone talking about this online despite the massive amount of ads that I've seen for it. So I just wanted to put that out there and give you my thoughts and impressions of the camera. So again, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave a like, comment on what you think of this. Do you have one of these? Has anyone else picked these up? Are you enjoying it? I'd love to know if there's anyone out there that got this and really enjoys this camera. I genuinely would love to know. Let me know your experience down below in the comments. Subscribe if you're new here. And again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.